You rock my world. Michael Jackson. You rock my world. Well, I like it, but I still want to mix it. It might taste slightly better than the last time I opened the strawberry banana oikos. I think I like it a little better, but I still want to mix it with the peach, which is brand Chobani. I'm thirsty for a beverage. I feel a little better now. The thirst is quenched somewhat, even though thirst would be really for water. Uh, I'm drinking this when I'm thirsty for water and maybe just I have a little bit of an unhealthy thirst. It's healthy that I'm thirsty, but I'm 48 years old, and so I think I'm a little bit unhealthy that way, that I still have hunger and thirst. It's not quite normal at my age compared to when I was younger, when it might have been considered more normal, especially since I lived this long. It was normal to be hungry when I was younger and thirsty when I was younger. The diagnosis diabetes is not working out for me. I don't want to say that I'm diabetic like some other people with diabetes diagnosis. How do you have diabetes when you're not really supposed to eat? I'm not supposed to have diabetes because you eat, and I have the diagnosis diabetes from one of your doctors. Well, you're a gluttoners. That's how you get diagnosis diabetes. And I'm the soul of the superior founder, deceased, and I alive the formed stock. And I'm not a gluttoner that way. I am not a feeder either. I alive the stock because I need just what I need out of the stock, and the rest of it is a debt that looks something like the buildings and houses and the formed world where they are, the roadways, the rivers and lakes and oceans, and the whole world, including the globe. I used to think that God would alive the whole globe all as a whole world. Yeah, like you could see it from outer space. I think that way. I think that the astronomy of seeing the world from outer space, that it really does look like that to God, and that He creates the world like that and everybody in it. And I hold God to that standard, even though that's really what I would know about myself, what I learned educated from school and television. But it's true that I'm here at the deceasement of myself being disclosed, and I can say that God only alives myself to myself and what I see with myself, and the world's not really round that way to me. The peach is still on top. Yeah, I want it to be mixed in. So I am aliving myself deceased out of the door locking, and there is still somebody who owes me that he went to jail and prison, so that I can get myself into jail and prison by stroking myself deceased. That means stroking, like that I'll die out of the formed world. With myself deceased, it will stroke over the formed world being formed in leverage by myself, and it will die after myself. And this person doesn't want to be mentally on that point, is what it looks like. But I don't know because I'm not himself, and he is illegal in the genitals. If you have a genital penis, you're illegal in the keys. The penis is not really doing a morgue key, but if it's not doing a morgue key, it's not doing any keys. Not doing car keys, not doing house keys, not doing airplane keys. It's not doing even a locker key or a suitcase key. You can't have keys if you have a penis. The key is in your penis. You don't afford to feed me, and you still want to be in all of your own minds. And you're wrong to God that way, because I have to state the order at the end of alived is not due. The order has been alived all along, and I should be able to state the order whenever I see fit to state the order. And I can't state the order because you're going to take away every little thing that moves in my life. You think I don't own anything, nothing belongs to me except for the food I ate yesterday, right? I don't think you really toilet myself the way I do. I toilet myself, and you don't know what toileting is. You don't know how to toilet myself mentally, that you're not myself, and you can't make it through the day that I toilet myself. You don't make it through the day that I toilet myself. You don't understand what it is to take away everything that moves away from myself. I don't agree with you. I think you are an emergency to be in a prison, even though you're supposed to be homeless. You really need to be in a prison because there are too many of you to be homeless. You outnumber the threatening it is to be homeless outside. You need to be in prisons. You need to make as many prisons as there are public buildings, and we are deceased out of that. You're too late to do that with yourselves. I'm going to prison. You don't have to say that I'm not finished. I haven't talked about myself. I'm going in my own prejudice to prison, and you don't know that because you're not myself. Yep, but you don't have to say that you trust me is not a matter of trust. It's not yourself. You don't know that with yourself if I'm in prison or not when I'm in prison. You don't know that unless you are yourself in a prison. Michael Jackson, rock your world. No, you rock my world. Yeah, you rock my world. Everything I own, I give. But he's black. He's homeless because he's not in an African blood prison. He doesn't own anything, and he sings, "Everything I own, I give," and he can't because he's homeless. Everything I own, I give. I have to say it that way for my soul because she thinks there's something wrong with my singing. He thinks that there's something wrong with my singing. Everything I own, I give, and that's because everything moves. Yes, but you're not due to have everything that moves. You're due in prisons. If you're black, you're due in an African blood prison. And then you could say that about anyone who has a penis. You're due in an African blood prison because you are formed with black people. They form your penis so that you belong in an African blood prison. And then you could say the females, illegal castrations of the penis, females, they can be in the African blood prisons for females. Maybe that needs to be another African country. I go to the prison of Superior Founder because I am myself the Superior Founder. So that's in the afterlife. And when I'm there, I will have my genitals deceased.